guys, welcome back. Today I thought that we would do just a fun unboxing video and go over some stuff that I bought the other day that's kind of spooky, I guess, in nature, and also get to unbox the coffin nails that I bought in my video where we shopped for spooky goodies. So I'm gonna kind of save these guys for last. As you can see, totally sealed. I have not opened. So the first one that I want to show you is a book I got. So like back in the day when I was in high school and probably even like middle school, I got super into kind of supernatural things, and Barnes & Noble actually used to have like a really good, I don't really want to call it like an occult section, but it kind of was. Like they had a ton of stuff on witchcraft, on spirits, on spirit communication. Maybe that was just the one that I grew up around in Oregon, but I was kind of disappointed when I went to the one that I live closest to, but I did find a couple of books that I ended up getting. This is the first one, which is, as you can see, Ghosts Among Us. This one's by Leslie Rule, and I thought it was kind of interesting. It's like black and white photographs of alleged haunted places. You can see like there's some stories in there about how they're haunted. And what I thought was interesting is that it does kind of talk about different areas of the US, so that was cool because it's not just like one ghost story, and it's all based on eyewitness accounts. And I think what's really interesting is that there are some things in here that happen in one place that also happen in another, so it's kind of hard to pass it off as a coincidence. In fact, the description says that on the back. But I've only looked at it a little bit, but I so far find it intriguing and definitely something that I'm interested in checking out further. There are some stories that are near where I live, so I'm hoping that I can go and check these places out someday. But in any case, that's the first one. The other thing that I got at Barnes & Noble was Haunted America FAQ, which initially when I saw it on the bookshelf I wasn't super interested in it, but in a lot of the same way as Ghosts Among Us, it does have stories from like all over the US, and it has black and white pictures. One thing that I thought was a really cool feature of this is that it has these sections. Each chapter, there's like a chapter break, and alphabetically it goes between the states, and so you can kind of find different areas. Here's another one where it just talks about like all these different locations. Actually, this page is what first initially threw me off of even wanting to get this. I thought it was so cheesy. This picture here, if you guys can see it, the caption on that is "Fake or Fact, a beautiful female ghost walks the street of an unnamed city." And then it says right in it that it's from Shutterstock. So it's like, I don't know, I don't think that's a reputable source of ghostly images. Plus, look how fake that is. So I hope that it was just tongue-in-cheek that the author put that, but the rest of it seems fairly interesting. You know, there's, Olive Thomas, and if you're not aware, look it up, but I'll probably eventually do a video about her. But there's like stories of her in there, and there's a lot of cool stories in here that are across the United States. And what's interesting is that it's not just like the ghost or horror stories. Some of it is Native American also, so I thought that this would be kind of interesting. Again, there are some things that are close to me in Arizona, and I'm planning a little short road trip to go check those things out, so super interested in this. The last thing that I got at Barnes & Noble Okay, so the last thing that I have from Barnes & Noble, which I was getting ready to show you, and then my fully charged batteries in my camera just completely died. So now hopefully it's back up and running. Last thing I got was this, which is seriously like the best game ever. It's House of Danger. It's based on the Choose Your Own Adventure books, and it's cool because it's split into like 5 chapters, and you do actually do a fair amount of reading in it. I did already open it up and play it yesterday with my husband, but we only got through I think 2 chapters, and I don't know, I found it actually pretty interesting. Some of it's kind of cheesy, but you know, the choose your own adventure books were always kind of cheesy, but this is the playing board. On the back of it are supposed to be like clues that you look at before you play. And so the playing board, it's nice that it's small, in my opinion. And then we haven't gotten to chapter 3 yet, but this is like how the card packs come, and you can see it's literally just like a book. And then this is the cover that you keep like over the cards so you don't have any spoilers. But I actually have really enjoyed the first 2 chapters. There's ghosts, there's, I don't know, oddly enough, there's like chimpanzees that attack you and stuff, but like that I haven't figured out. But the ghost thing, and then there's like, I think a werewolf, like we didn't actually investigate that, so I think it was a werewolf, but I'm not sure. What is actually my favorite part about this, which makes me a total introvert, but I mean other things do too, but it's only for 1 or more players, and so you could actually play this on your own, which is perfect for me because nobody that I am friends with or that I live with, like my husband, they don't play board games very often, so to have one that I could actually sit down, go through the story myself, and still have like a enjoyable experience is really nice. Last thing, just because when we went into Target today, I bought a Tamagotchi, and it has nothing to do with ghosts or supernatural, just me. I have a small obsession with Tamagotchis. I actually for a while got into collecting the Japanese version, so like Tamagotchi Ps, Tamagotchi IDL, and I can't remember what the most recent ones are, but I had those too, and I just don't have time for it anymore. But when I was in Target, this is a Gudetama Tamagotchi, which he's sleeping right now, and anyway, I had to buy it, so that was my random purchase. Anyway, so while my battery was dead, I decided to film on my cell phone the unboxing of this, and then I thought I'd just do like a voiceover over it. Oddly enough, my cell phone battery died too, so I don't know what that's about, but I did open these up, so I'll show you on this camera what they look like, and then I'll put over here my unboxing from my cell phone video because it wasn't very good and it honestly got cut short. So let me open this back up. So they just came wrapped in like a protective foam. This is what they look like. So they came with twine wrapped around them. So yeah, I mean, they're nothing visually special, but they are quite interesting to me. They're very rusty, so I think definitely finding a way to display them rather than mess with them is going to be best, and I'll just leave the twine on there. What I did find odd is that one of them does look like it was potentially used, so which one is it? This one. So I'm not going to pull it apart, but I don't know if you can see right in this little crevice here, that one looks like it was probably used, and the head of that one looks like it was also slightly hammered, so that's interesting. The weird thing is my camera batteries have died twice, and I don't know if that's just faulty rechargeable batteries, but I've not had any problems until today. And then like I was in another room to go plug in my phone, and then alright, so here we are for take 3 or 4. Camera batteries died again, so I actually decided to oddly place my coffin nails in a circle of salt, which I'll show you. Yes, it's on the plate. There's the salt. I feel ridiculous, but like literally I can't figure out what else it would be, so I'll just put a circle of salt around it until I figure out what to do with those. So that's really all I had for my unboxing. I think I was starting to tell you that when I had gone into another room and come out, there was like a really strong smell. It just smelled like death, basically. Like it just smelled awful. So I don't really know what that was about, but hopefully the circle of salt keeps whatever is attached to those coffin nails contained. Again, could totally be faulty batteries. So we'll see. I'll charge them up. And I have another video that I'm filming tomorrow that is about a town in Ohio that I found just kind of researching through newspapers.com like I did when I found the previous ghost story that I told. And the interesting thing about this one is that it's a town with a ton of tragedy, all in like this very short window of time. And it's a very small town, because at first when I discovered it, I was like, well, maybe it's a really big town in Ohio, and it's not at all. So even to this day, it's not. So I'm gonna do a little bit of background research on that, and then tomorrow I'll be filming that. So we'll see how my batteries do tomorrow. Until then, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if there's any stories that you want me to tell. And as always, don't turn out the light.